Well, well, well. Would you look at what the cat dragged in? Hey, don't just glance over at me like I'm furniture. What do you mean? And what do you even think you're doing here? And why the hell are you covered in blood? Oh, don't tell me they're looking for you out there. And you seriously came here? You're supposed to be terrified of me, given our history and all. And you really just barge in here and... Hey, look at me. Look at me. There you go. Looks like you're back now. Stop struggling. You're getting my damn lap all bloody. At least let me finish. Tending to your wound, hero. Yes, I had to restrain you. You don't need to make a fool of yourself in an attempt to fight your way out of here. Just yet. As amusing as it would be to watch you fight in this state, it would be a shame if you were to mess up my lab or alert anybody by making unnecessary noise. Seriously? You have to be either desperate or insanely stupid to try and hide from my own minions in here. Perhaps both. Likely both. Oh, don't look at me like that. Did you really think I'd just glance over it? I know you didn't have much time to think it out, but I suppose I should feel insulted by my self-declared arch-nemesis stumbling in my lab all bloody like this, or maybe it's supposed to be some sort of twisted compliment where you think there's still some good in me. And then again, I always did feel as though you had a soft spot for me. Somewhere behind that heroic costume. Don't even try to hide it, hero. You're not sly. Don't raise your eyebrow at me like that. Note that I could have killed you the moment you stepped in here. You're entirely at my mercy. I thought you were smarter than this. Seems you really trust me enough to come in here after getting your ass beat. Or maybe you wanted me to finish you off. What an honor, truly. Stop glaring. This was a jest, dimwit. But I have to admit, I enjoy our fights and I prefer to take you out fair and square. Otherwise, where would be the fun in it? And that's the only reason I even allow your eyes to open again. I'm not usually this gracious towards others, so don't expect this kind of treatment in the future. I could have ended you so easily. You really have far too much trust in the people around you. Luckily, I may be a villain, but I'm not a dirty cheater like most of my minions are. They're truly messed up. They truly messed you up, didn't they? Yeah. I bet they used your kindness to get the better of you. Just so they could say they killed or captured a famous hero. Stupid, really. Not sure why I even bothered with them. It's stupid, really. I'm not sure why I even bothered with them. These days it's quite difficult to anybody who actually gives a shit about the state of this forsaken world. Oh, don't be surprised now. Didn't think an evil bad villain like me would care about that kind of stuff, did you? You seriously thought I was actually just here to obtain world domination or whatever? Seriously? Those government officials really have their grip on you, foolish hero. I bet you think I killed orphans for fun or some bullshit like that. Judging by your luck, I'm not too far off. Oddly enough. Truth is, I'm not like that. We're really not all that different, you and I. I see how much you care about the people around you. Maybe one of the only heroes that hasn't been corrupted by this capitalistic, money-controlled shithole of a world yet. But your naivete is almost just as painful to watch. You really want to see the best in people, don't you? Is that why you've been going so soft on me? Do you really think you could fix me? Oh, you poor, naive, foolish little hero. That's not how this world works. And eventually, we'll have to learn that. It's not all just black and white. Not everyone can be saved. People are rotten, darling. All they care about is their own gain. Nothing but it. You think you're doing good for the sake of the world, but really, you're just so much of a people pleaser you forget to care about what happens to you. No. Don't give a shit about what happens to you outside of your fun little rivalry. It's just such a waste of our talent to fight for what you've been conditioned to think is right. Have you never questioned what they've been teaching you? Have you never wondered what's been going on in your forsaken government? All the corruption, money laundering, the under-the-table bullshit, people fucking themselves into better positions, taking away from actual talent, exploiting the poor and unfortunate, using people like you, draining your talent to make you a mindless slave of their lawless politics. You, my dear, could be so much more. Oh, keep your sorry-ass eyes off of me. I'm not sympathising, simply stating facts. I've told you before, I have no interest in you or your kind. Tough. I have to admit you do somehow spark my interest. Perhaps if you were to join me, I'd keep you as my right hand. And treat you well. Anybody who's ever dared to lay a hand on you or use you in any way, I'll show them a whole new world of pain. Don't be scared now, darling. You make a pretty decent team, don't you think? Yes, your dirty little government tyrants will be quite disappointed to see you in my arms. Or by my side, rather. But think about the good we could do. We could push every bad person, steal from the evil, rich, and spread their wealth amongst the poor. A world where nobody would have to live in fear of being able to feed themselves the next day. Nobody would have to turn to crime to afford a living. And we, on top of it all, ensuring everyone is being treated right. We could create such a beautiful world. Just you and me. Getting rid of all the bad, all the fear, shame and sadness. You would create a world where policemen could be trusted. And judges wouldn't favour rapists over their victims. A world where nobody would feel entitled to anything that isn't theirs. And where everyone could live free and happy. Doesn't it sound tempting? Oh, darling. Terrified even of my rambles. As a hero, you must realise how most criminals that usually end up in prison are but small fish, wishing to feed themselves or their family, and those who actually are causing all the issues are hoarding money and paying their way out of prison, oftentimes even making the cops work for them. Isn't it just a terrifying thought? Those kinds of people secretly pulling the strings? But not anymore. No longer. I'm tired of it. We're tired of it. So, join me, darling. Terrified even in my... Blech. Can't speak today.